Well, good evening and welcome to About the Valley. And tonight we're going to do some, what do you call it?
Tai
Tai
Chi.
Chi. Tai Chi. Tai
Yes.
Chi. And let me tell you, this is something, and talking to these gentlemen here, uh, Rumsey Smithson and Ron Allen, and talking with them, we're finding that actually this is within our age group. If you, I don't consider myself old. My wife says the same thing. You're 10 years younger than what you're saying. So I'll be 61. Actually, I'll be 71, but I don't feel 71.
Good.
And I don't plan on feeling 80 when I hit there. But yeah, and they actually do this class at the senior center.
Yes, I offer it on Tuesdays, and that's 11 to 12.
Yeah.
And it's open to all ages. Tai Chi is one of those exercises, low impact. It's good for your joints. It's good for balance. So I get anywhere between 8 and 15 people a week in the
Wow.
room for classes. Yeah.
Now, are they all elderly?
Uh, Describe elderly.
Well,
I mean, I'm only 7, so
Right.
I'm there.
Are they over 50?
Some of them are, yep,
Yeah.
yep,
And women over 50 as well.
yes, yep. So again, it's
Because
for
one,
anybody.
one thing that comes on, regardless, I don't care how
Mhm.
healthy you are, but the bones wear out. You know,
Mhm.
you've been walking on these things for 60 years, they start to wear out. The
Yeah.
cartilage.
Now, here's something about when you mention bones, and again, it's not just me making it up. There's a lot of research out there, and this is one of the books.
Harvard
It's
Medical
Harvard
School.
Medical School. So, when you do Tai Chi, it's a slow-moving exercise. You do it standing up. There's no special clothing or shoes or anything to wear with that. But when you go slow, a lot of the muscles, everything's firing slower, and the muscles are building. And what that does, it sends a message to the bones, hey, you better get stronger, we're getting bigger. And then the bones send a message, hey, we need more calcium. And it's proven. I mean, I
Now,
say it very
so
simply,
this is like
but
a slow aerobic exercise, right?
it is. I mean, there is some cardiovascular, but it's not high impact. No.
And this is the thing that I remember when we first started going, relations with China,
Hmm.
and the president went out there. In fact, it was Nixon. It goes back quite a bit.
Right.
And everyone was amazed by all these people would gather in the morning outside, and that's what they were doing, that Tai Chi, right?
Right. That was originally developed in China. Again, it's a long history. It's been around for over 5,000 years. But the government saw the benefit of it being an exercise
Yeah.
for the people. And even going back thousands of years before that, it was kept very secretive within the families.
Oh,
So there was maybe the 5 popular families that had their style of Tai Chi, and it was only taught to the men, and then it was only taught as a martial art. So Tai Chi, when you ask somebody of the definition of it, some of them right away say it's a martial art. It is. There's also the medical aspect of it, health benefits, balance, meditate. It's a form of meditation. Some people say it's a dance. Other people say, oh, it's that thing I see people do in the park where they're waving their hands.
right. That's a,
See?
Why don't you give us a demonstration, Ron?
We can do that now if we'd
Yeah,
like.
I like
Sure.
doing it now so people know what we're talking about. When they
Okay.
see it, they'll know it.
All right. I brought one of my students with me, so we can be in front of the table. I think we talked about
Yeah,
on
that'd
the
be the
camera.
best way. They can
see
get, well,
No, maybe in the back.
maybe in a, yeah.
Yep. Okay, we got some tall guys here. All right. So some of the moves again. Tai Chi's done very slow. And
Maybe I'll give this a shot too here.
okay,
All
so
right.
again, oh, you're gonna give it a shot? Excellent.
we'll try
All
it
right.
out. We'll
see?
try and follow
Okay.
it here.
There we
So all right, quick 30-second lesson. Mountain pose. And it's just nice tall posture, a lot of visualization with Tai Chi. So you want to visualize there's a thread pulling up the spine, there's a counter pull to the tailbone, and you just want to relax. Rule number 1, nobody falls. Rule number 2, remember to breathe. So this is mountain, okay? Now we're going to make the right foot heavy, and we're just going to step out with the left, and you adjust your stance, and this is called horse stance. So you're like you're riding a horse, nice and relaxed. There we go. Okay, now we're going to have the arms just float up to about shoulder height, and then they're going to float in, and then they're going to float down.
I can actually feel that.
All right, we can talk about what that is.
Right.
It's energy, or it's chi, is the other word for it. Okay, let's kick it up a notch. So in and down. Now, put the palms facing each other. Watch this one. You could feel it right now. Bring
Yeah,
it.
you can feel the energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what it is an energy body in front of us, around us, behind us. So you just want to feel that energy.
Wow, that is amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually feel that.
So it's just nice and,
Wow.
yep, that's the chi ball. And then we talk a lot about we gather the earth energy. We bring it up through the center. And this is called parting the clouds. And we just send it back down. Now, I also teach it in at the Whitensville Community Center in the pool.
Oh.
Because, again, the visualization, when you're doing Tai Chi, if you were in water, just that little resistance.
Yes.
That's what you want to try to feel as you do it. So you can bring in the energy. 3, 2, 1. And then again, it's yoga, karate. They're all from the same tree, is another way of doing
You can
it.
feel that energy.
Oh, jeez. All right, we got them convinced.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Yeah. Bring the chairs in a little bit so we're within a shot here.
Yep. So yeah, so
Good
what
job,
that
Andy.
energy is, it's called chi. And again, well, they weren't our ancestors, but you know, back in the day, that's what they were developing, and they understood it, and they studied nature a lot with it, and everything has chi, everything has energy. They talk about, you know, a building has chi,
Yes.
the feeling of it, whatever. There's more than, now we can start talking about meridians, acupuncture, acupressure, how they go along.
Yeah, acupuncture
Yeah.
is a big thing that came out of China, and
Mm-hmm.
there are a number of people that do that now.
Yep.
That you can go, and there are a lot of people that said they got good results from it.
Again, it's there. One of my first teachers, and she was a little Chinese lady, and I remember, you know, first thing she goes, "You silly Americans, you breathe wrong, you walk wrong, you
Yeah.
eat wrong." I'm like, in a way, she's right. I mean, her culture, that's how they walked, that's how they ate. You know, we're gobbling down everything and
Yeah.
all that. So,
Yeah.
but they understand how the system works in the body, and they call it meridian or energy systems. And the same thing with the acupuncture. They can put a needle in your ear, and it's like my shoulder released.
Yeah.
And I guess the best way to explain that, someone did for me, was when you think about it, and at one time you were one cell, then you were 2, 18, 40 billion,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah,
So at
that's
one
yeah.
time, this was connected to the knee.
Yes.
And there's a muscle memory.
Yeah.
that-
Well, it's the same idea with that reflexology,
Yep, that's another
where
one.
they work on your feet,
Yeah.
but it can affect your up to your brain.
Yeah, I don't know if that originated in China as
I don't
well.
know.
But yeah, that could be a good point. But so the
But
power
a lot of these
centers.
are old
Yeah.
ways of medicine that have been forgotten over the years because
Mhm.
we got into doing medicine on the way we do it today.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some of it's coming back, and it's actually making a difference. But I also, it's mind over matter. You know, that's an old.
Mhm.
A lot of people can cure themselves by thinking themselves healthy.
Right.
True.
Yep.
So, and that part of this chai is also controlling the energy, right?
It is. There's 3 power centers. There's actually more, but the 3, it's your lower power center, or it's called the Dantium.
Yeah.
Then there's the Heart Center, and then there's the Wisdom Center. So the Dantium, and everybody has one. Hopefully everybody has a belly button. This is how you find it. You take your belly button, your 3 fingers, that's where you measure down, and then visualize going in 2 fingers. So it's like we say, like our gut feeling, like, you know, should I cross the street? Should I trust that gut
actually
feeling
comes
that you
from there.
have? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the center. If I balanced you on a pole, that would be your. So that's where or you know, you're grounded, or you see like a wrestler or something. You know, they get rooted right in.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
your belly button was your original source of nourishment
True.
when you were in the womb.
True.
Sure,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean,
Ah.
everything is connected some way.
True.
And there isn't, you know, when you die, people will tell you, my wife has worked in nursing homes, you can actually see the energy leave.
Mm.
And people have said that
Yeah.
when you cease to live, everything stops. There is an energy that leaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you know, a lot of these things that we believe have to have a reason for the source of the idea. So-
Right. Yeah. So that energy, we had a class when there was a group of high schoolers that came
Oh,
to
yeah,
visit.
right, right.
So they
Northridge.
you know, joined in a little bit, and we did something we called we make an energy ball.
Yes.
And then what you can do, and I don't know if you told me about it, that commercial for Citibank,
Oh, yeah.
where he looks
yeah.
like he takes the energy ball and it's like, now we have a new bank.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's it.
we can use it for good or evil. And the same thing, you start, you know, feeling the energy, and there's different techniques to it. And just the look on some of those younger high school, whatever they were, 8th grade, and it's she's like, I feel it. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah. You
and,
can.
and again, sometimes I was doing it for like a year. I'm like, they're all crazy. What are they doing? Then I'm like, whoa,
You
I
can.
got it.
I
Yeah,
can do it right now. I can feel.
Yeah.
You can feel
Yeah.
the pulsing on
Right.
yeah.
Pulsing.
your. Yeah. You can feel the
Yeah.
an energy, a feeling of energy on your fingers.
It's almost like, if I could describe, I always say, I don't know if you remember those little Scotty dog magnets you used to play with. And you
Yes.
try to put them together and you
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
yeah, 'cause-
That's that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I can put my hands together, but I'm like, there's something there.
Yes.
And then as you pull out, it feels sticky, and then you pack it back in.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it, you can make this, it's an unlimited, we were talking about solar power before we went on air. So, I mean, this is an unlimited power source where you can gather it from the earth, from,
Well, I mean, it's a scientific fact that the brain works on energy impulses,
Oh, yeah.
mhm,
and it's electrical.
yeah,
So there's a source right there. I mean, if your brain is working with energy, why not the rest of your body?
Now, the same thing with energy, and they talk about vibration. So everything vibrates
Yes.
at different pulses. So a thought is energy.
Yes.
It's a vibration. And again, getting back to our class, and this is great conversation, we almost seem to connect somehow.
Well, you know, that's an old thought about vibrations.
Yeah.
I mean, we go back to 1965, the Beach Boys.
Oh,
Good vibrations.
Yeah.
But
Great song.
but people have always said, I feel a good vibration about that person. I mean, that's been said for centuries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Or if a cat or a dog likes you, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, that cat's a good judge
They
of
can,
character.
yeah, they can sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, and I know that there's also been the theory about, and it's been talked about, people give off an aura. Well, what is an aura other than energy escaping?
Right. Yeah. So that's, and again, I don't want to make the whole class about energy. I've had,
No, but basically what this chai is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is the energy. But people come a lot, and I guess maybe the number one reason, and not just because it's the senior center, but you hate to say the F word, fall. You thought I was going to say the other F word. But that's not so much the fear, it's the fear of falling, because then they know, oh, now I gotta go in the hospital, oh, now my hip, now.
Well, that's the biggest fear that seniors have.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, especially in the bathroom. Because you know, it's wet. You're in. If you're getting in and out of the shower, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why they sell so many of the
Yeah.
walk-in tubs now,
yeah.
because people are concerned.
Yeah. Well, if more people came to Tai Chi,
Yeah.
again, I was gonna bring them with me, but I have testimonials, and because I've been at the Northbridge Senior Center going on 2 years probably.
Oh, wow.
And the Uxbridge Senior Center caught wind, so they contracted me, and I'll be going back there in the fall, I believe. But I brought with me, when I went there, I just mentioned to my class, could you guys just write a couple testimonials? You don't have to sign them or whatever like that. And I was blown away when I was reading them. They're like, this has really helped me with my balance. I feel more confident now going up and down stairs. This has helped me with my focus. And it's not me, it's the chi, it's the energy, it's the, commitment on their half of
Right.
practicing at home as well as coming to class.
Yeah, I believe that, if you start walking with a cane, you'll become that cane.
Mm-hmm.
If you try and work it out, you'll make out better off. I mean, I started my arthritis. I was in pain a lot and everything. I didn't want to take the pain. I hated taking ibuprofen
Yeah,
because it wrecks your stomach.
it does.
So I just started exercising, and I went to a doctor for my arthritis, and he says, "Oh, you're doing the right things." I said, "I don't have any pain. I
Yeah,
got stiffness,
yeah.
but no pain." He goes, "Okay."
Well, here's a testimonial. Tell them about what you told.
Yeah, I have knee issues too, where I was looking at getting a knee replacement,
Yeah.
and I went to physical therapy, and then I started doing Tai Chi, and now my gait's just perfect. I
There you
hardly
go,
ever,
yeah.
ever do that.
And the doctor was saying, I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah, it was.
The last thing you want to do is get the knee operation.
Yeah, but the thing about balance and everything is, as you get older, you can lose up to 40% of your sensation in your feet, which gives
Ah.
a sense to your equilibrium where you are in your gait. So Tai Chi, when you're consciously moving and you're watching your feet and you're doing motions, we do the Yang style 24 form that Ron teaches. It really does an exemplary job at teaching the Yang 24. So we know where our feet are. Even the floor up at the Uxbridge Center creaks a little bit. I mean, the Northbridge Center creaks a little bit, so you know
It's
where
an
your
old
feet are.
school.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that building they did over, and we actually used the upstairs. And again, it's a beautiful, air conditioned, heated. There's hardwood
the
floor.
town has done a great job with the building.
There's a nice mural there for a background of the forest,
There's
and
a lot of chi in it.
yeah, a
Now-
lot of good chi in that building. Yeah.
Now, you don't have to be a member of the senior center to go, right?
No, and the other thing that they're promoting, it's called the Center at Night.
Oh,
So
they're
what
going to open up at night?
they are, and it's like right now I'm using it Monday night for a Tai Chi class, but they offer I think a reading class. There was an art class going on.
Oh.
So if you wanted to do something about a gardening, go and talk to them about it.
Now, is there any charge for any of this?
Yeah, we can't mention price, but
No,
yeah,
I just want to know if it's okay. There is a small fee.
There is a
Even
small
for the
fee.
seniors.
yes,
Yeah,
seniors are $2.
Oh,
So you told me I couldn't mention price.
well, no, well, this is a little
It's
bit
a
different.
donation, is what they.
There
Yeah,
we
it's a
go.
donation.
Sure.
What the heck? I mean, $2.
Yeah.
True.
You spend that
So
on
worth it.
a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
Now it's just Duncan.
yeah, now it's
Yeah.
just Dunkin'.
Yeah.
But the thing about the center, I think that was great, was the fact that, it's non-competitive, and it's kind of a community thing. And I'll tell you, we crack up a little bit during the classes,
Yeah.
but everybody ends up smiling. It's just really,
Yeah.
they feel
Yeah.
this,
Now I've also
Togetherness.
been asked, and I've gone 3 times to the Uxbridge High School,
Oh,
and they offer courses. They want to get everyone involved. It's
Yeah.
not just I don't want to be on a football team. I don't want to I'm not a team person or whatever like that.
well, some people just aren't into sports,
Right.
organized sports.
But so I came in and I did a little workshop seminar and I taught them some Tai Chi and they invited me back and they really enjoyed it.
This is the high school
The
students.
high schools, yeah, and then they had someone come in and do yoga. I think she told me they had a square dance. So it's something that's non-competitive,
Right, right, but
but they got their exercise.
yeah. No, it's a good thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not a bad thing to know.
Yeah.
You can actually do it yourself, get up in the morning and,
Right, right.
That's
And
your
again,
point,
when we practice and when we do it, and a situation comes up in real life, it's like, oh, was that my Tai Chi kicked in or whatever, you know? And you were talking about the cane, a lot of visualization, again, with Tai Chi. One of the balance moves that we do is, and again, here's another energy point, the palm of the hand. So you want to visualize that there's a root like coming out of your hand, connecting you to the ground. Or you can visualize you're holding a cane or a table, and that's just another way to kind of balance, and I guess where the term rooted comes from.
yeah, well, the mind is a very powerful instrument
Mm,
if you use it properly.
yeah, one of the, towards the end, and again, I don't want to have a whole class, I could have a whole class on just breathing. But we talk a little bit about meditation too.
Yeah,
And again, I don't want to do too much that it takes away from the other exercise parts or whatever. But, and I love this. I saw a bumper sticker. It was meditation.
yes.
It's not what you think.
Right,
So
right.
yeah,
Right.
and it's very hard to meditate.
To clear the mind completely.
Yeah, you can't do it. I can't do it. Nobody can do it. Well, the monks, I guess, that.
Well,
do
that's why you use the, what do you call it, the
Mantra.
mantra. You use a mantra to try, the mantra is supposed to keep you from thinking of anything else. You just think of your mantra.
Yeah. And if you don't have that, you can just go back to the breath. Because what happens is,
Concentrate on your breathing.
right, we all have this, they call it monkey mind, where I'm sitting there going, oh, I got to get an oil change. Oh, my shoe's untied. Oh, and it's all these thoughts are coming in.
Yeah,
But in between each thought, there was that nanosecond that you didn't have anything.
right.
So you want to allow the thought to come in. Oh my God, I'm going to have to go and get my tooth pulled. Okay, recognize it, let it go. Because
Yep.
guess what? Oh, my second grade teacher never let. It's like, where's these? Like, that's another whole talk. Where's everything coming from? Who's talking
Yep.
in there? But you want to expand on that. I wasn't thinking of anything. Oh, I'm thinking about not thinking.
Right.
But that's the whole idea. And again, if you want to, just do the posture and hold and remember to breathe. And you'll do this, and it'll be like, oh, now my shoulder's killing me. Okay, all right, shoulder, let it go. And then you realize you've been doing it for 2 minutes. Because we've increased, right? I remember 30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds was killing me.
Right.
And then if I said, if I can do 30, I can do a minute.
Yeah.
Now it became, if I can do a minute, I can do 5.
Well, if you train your mind to do what you wanted to do, it will eventually. I mean,
Mhm.
we just give in too easily.
Yeah, we're in a rush. Well, that was, again, one of my teachers. We were doing that opening move I taught you. I'm like, okay, I got it. Up and down. I got it. Again, right? And I couldn't figure it out at the time, but we did it maybe 10, 15 minutes. I kind of used the analogy of, like, you go and hit a bucket of balls, right? First one, second one, same clubs. It went that way. Oh, that was a great one. Oh, that one. And you kind of, so when you do these for, 30 seconds, a minute, it's like, no, that one I came up too fast. No, my shoulders were high. Okay. Oh, that one felt great. Okay, no, I didn't. That one felt great. So you start, again,
Yeah.
training
Then
the mind.
eventually it just becomes a natural.
Right, and now it's muscle memory. So
Yeah.
now you're not trying to think up and down. Now you can go deeper and start the meditation process of the Tai Chi.
Yeah. And the thing is too, by doing that, we worry all the time. I mean, it's our nature as humans.
Yeah.
You might worry about paying your bills or worried about a doctor's appointment or dental or something else. Even though there's nothing you can do about it, you worry about it. And that makes you sick.
Yeah,
But taking your mind away enough times, you're not going to be as sick.
yeah,
It's like you can make yourself sad. You can wake up in the morning and think yourself miserable.
Yeah. I got another one for him. Let's all stand up.
Okay.
Ah. All right. We have a saying, we're the Western. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
Okay. They're saying it's called 500 claps a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
So I'm getting warm now. We're going to warm up a little bit more. Okay. So, what they consider a clap is more of a tapping.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about this being an energy point, so if you kind of cup it, and you don't have to pound in. I mean, you see sports guys kind of, let's go, let's go. They're putting the energy in. So
Right.
talking about the meridians now, so you just go up the outside of the arm, and then you go down the inside. And this helps with the energy. So it's up and down. And you want to balance out and do both sides. All right, and then you do the leg. And again, you don't go up. If you can get to your ankle, great. If not, don't worry about it. But you go down the outside and you come up the inside. And again, these are the meridians. And if you want to get a chair, I hate to use these brand new chairs. There we go. Put your leg up on a chair. Look how easy you can get to your ankle. And then
Oh,
up the inside.
I can still get to my ankles.
You can still do it at 71, folks. Look at that.
Tell you what, how's this?
Look at that.
My
Dynamite.
toes.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
71 years old, I can touch my toes.
Okay, so that's 100. So now you go to the back, and like where the kidneys are. And again,
Yes.
you don't want to pound on your kidneys. You just want to kind of rub them, give them a nice, gentle drumming type thing.
Very important organ.
It is. And then again, with the Chinese medicine, that's the, what do they call it? The connection of life, or there's another name they call it that's connected there. And then you want to go back into where we're going to pack the chi. So the chi stays right in here. This is why Buddha had such a big belly. He had lots of chi. And then you want to go up into the clavicles. And again, these are acupressure points.
Uh-huh.
And you just kind of tap away. It just feels better doing it already. And then you just bring it up around the head. And then under the eyes. This is great. Gets rid of wrinkles. Under the nose. Under the chin. And then we're going to drop the arm. We're going to bring it up. We're going to support it at the elbow. And we do a nice pat ourselves on the back. So you do both sides. And we pat ourselves. And this is great. You were saying at the beginning you couldn't get
Yeah.
both sides. So it's pretty even. When you do things on both sides, you even out your weak side.
Right.
And then you just you finish by the elbow. And just go right down your side. And then the elbow. And then just right down the side. Good. So you do that every day, there's your 500 claps.
Yeah.
All right, good, good, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to show everybody that.
You know, you mentioned Buddha. Anytime you see Buddha, he has a smile.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? I mean, it's attitude.
I think that's one of the things out of the classes, when you look at, as we break up out of the class, people are just smiling. It's just,
Yeah.
they feel better, they're relaxed,
Yeah.
their tidal air is gone, they're
Yeah.
friends, and
Yeah.
just.
Oh, so I started to say at the community center in Whitensville, I teach Tai Chi in the pool.
Right.
And that's a very popular class. There's obviously not a lot of opportunity pools around to do it. So I kind of pitched it to them, and they said it sounded good.
You're in
and
the
we've
old
had
pool.
great response. The old pool. So the water's 89 degrees.
Yeah. It's actually a really nice pool.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful
I think
place.
that pool is almost 100 years old now,
Yep, just about. Yep.
but still in great shape. We're in the swim in that pool.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. Again, there's a lot of good chi in that class.
Yes.
And just being in the water, again, the people get it, and I see the improvement from week to week. So again, even whatever building, whatever class I'm at, if you miss a class and it's like, oh, I didn't come last week, so now I don't know the arm move, or which, it's not like that. We start off with some basic warm-ups. And again, these are warm-ups
Yeah,
that,
but you walk everybody through it all, right?
yeah,
So it's just you're telling them what to do every week.
right.
So you don't have to remember it. You just follow the instructor.
Right, a lot of people follow, but again, you can do that for so long, then you want to get to the point where you want to be able to trust yourself and stay in that zone. So I'm like, all right, what's he doing next? Oh yeah. Oh, he's done it for 6 weeks now. Oh yeah, yeah. So again, your mind's elsewhere.
Right.
You want to try to stay centered and balanced that way.
I know, you know, I get a chiropractic adjustment every month, and just before that, I get a massage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I find by the time the month is up, I'm stiffened up again, because we tend to do that. We just,
Yeah. You
We
do.
do
I
it to
tell
ourselves.
everybody, just listen to your body. It's the same thing. One of the principles of Tai Chi, which is great too, it's called the 70-30 rule. So again, when we're doing our stretching and we're doing our kicks or whatever,
Right.
you're at 70%. I'm not up there trying to change that light bulb and reach all the way down. I just got a nice.
yeah,
And another principle is if one hand's up, one hand's down. So now, as this one's coming down,
The other
this
one
one's
goes up.
coming up. And there I just felt the chi.
ah,
And then as this one's coming down, that one's coming up.
now, I gotta ask you, how'd you get into this?
I was doing some yoga, and I found it more difficult. And again, nothing against yoga, but by the time they're down on the ground, now they're up doing something. Yep, I'll get it there. Oh, now they're back down. I'll be back down there.
Yeah,
So, I came across this Tai Chi, and it's like, okay, you go slow, you're standing up. I like it. So I ended up doing a little 6-week thing, and then I don't know if the guy moved, I don't remember, or something, whatever, but it always stayed in the back of my mind. And then
Right.
probably like 4 or 5 years later, I don't know if I got a flyer or something came across the internet or something, and it was a school in Holliston, Mass,
oh,
to
okay.
learn Tai Chi.
Oh,
Then it was not only learn to teach Tai Chi.
yeah,
So I went to that and graduated from that, and it was sort of, baptism by fire. Okay, now go out and teach. I'm like, right. But now I enjoy it. I just enjoy spreading the word.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I also work with adults with special needs,
ah,
and you've come to
Yeah.
my class there too as well.
Incredible.
The HMEA is one of the ventures, is another one, and I go to the day programs.
oh, okay.
So
Do you find it makes a difference for them?
absolutely, and
Yeah.
and I'm not saying it. I'm saying it because this is what the staff is telling me, what the their caregivers are telling me, because once a month they'll have a meeting to
Yeah.
talk about it, and they'll be like, they come home and all they talk about is horse stance and the butterfly and squish the
Yeah.
bug and all these moves
Oh,
that
that's great.
Yeah.
I kind of have fun with and make up
Right.
names and get them going. So and even the staff, they're like, geez, their attitude's better,
Yeah.
or they'll use me as a bribe. They'll be like, come on, let's go. You got to clean up that puzzle. You got to go. Ron's coming for. Oh, okay. And they'll get all excited. And some of them, she'll wait right at the door for me. She knows I'm coming at 12:30. If I'm
Yeah.
not there, she's waiting. So
How about autistic children? Because, they say you can reach them by doing certain things, and some
Mhm.
people have found they've actually
yeah,
turned their autistic children around.
right. I don't know. I mean, again, there's a HEPA laws and all that. I don't know everybody's personal case or
Right,
whatever.
right, but
But you can kind of read somebody, and like I say,
you do
they're-
it with autistic children?
Well, they're adults. I don't know. Some of them. I mean, they must
Well,
be
they're
over
autistic
18
adults.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And big guy, and he'll bounce right up and he's just, Billy, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's count, and we'll do up and I found this out just by trial and error. We'll do something, and he has almost like an 8-second delay where he'll be sitting, and I'm like, all right, just calm down, let's just. And then after about 5 seconds, 8 seconds, he'll be like, oh. So I just have to okay, get through that first. He's not paying attention. Is he gonna run out of the room or jump up and down? I'm just,
Right. Well, with autism, they're more or less, an inverted personality don't reach out to anyone.
Right.
And I think that this would probably bring them out.
It does. One of the other ones, he, again, they do a lot there. They try to, teach him, outward skills and all that.
Yeah.
So they try, all right, could you show him how to do that? They try to like get him
Yeah.
to do little things. And they were working with this one guy, and what can we get him to do to show or do something? And he was Spanish, so the little language barrier, whatever, and his condition and all that.
Yeah.
But one of the moves we do is that hug the tree, we call it, and it's a meditation.
Yeah.
And let's just count back from 10, 9, and that's a challenge too with some of them. But that's
You
God
make
bless
believe
them.
the tree is there. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
right. Your fingers almost touch,
Yeah.
and we'll do it in 0, and then I'll be like, all right, let's try it 5 seconds in Spanish. And he heard Spanish, and he had enough. So he's
Yeah.
cuatro, and the staff is like, we've been trying to get him to do something for months, and he's showing you how to count and how to hug the tree in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's really, again, I've gotten grants that people have written. I came in one day and she's like, "You just got $2,500." I'm like, "Huh?" She goes, "Someone applied, you got a grant for $2,500." I'm like, "I'm going to Hawaii and taking a class," but that's not what it was. The grant was to, pay me on
For
teaching
teaching the
that,
classes.
yeah. And there was another one they did for $1,000, and so, and again, we know the grant came from whatever foundation, but we don't know
Right.
who wrote it.
Right.
So it could have been a staff member, it could have been a caregiver, or whatever. Which I thought was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I imagine for them to be able to pay you, they have to. They're a
Right.
nonprofit,
Yeah.
so they.
No,
go-
yeah, and I'm not a saint either, so I want to get paid.
Well,
so.
you need to live.
Yeah.
I mean, we all need to live.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid by the government.
No,
No, so I mean,
no one's on the dole.
Yeah.
One thing in those classes I noticed was many of them were nonverbal, but they were still engaged.
Yeah.
They were laughing, and then if Ron maybe changes something or made a mistake or something, boy, they caught it just like that.
Oh yeah, they're on my.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right on me, boy. They know.
Yeah, but they really, you could see they were engaged, they were happier, they were kind of getting along more as a group. They were everywhere, but still they were kind of, in the group setting. It was really a refreshing thing to see at the
Yeah.
end of it.
well, we all know if you feel miserable, and I'm talking, if you're upset about something, it actually it'll physically affect you too.
Yeah.
When you're down and out, you don't feel like eating. You're not replenishing yourself. I mean, there's a lot of things, and it's all in the mind.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so this takes that out of that. It
Yeah.
makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
But you could actually feel that energy.
He loves that
Yeah,
energy.
that's a good sign.
Just
Yeah.
do it right
That is a
now.
good
You
sign.
can
Yeah.
feel it. You can
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
and you concentrate, and you can make that energy stronger. by
Right. And then
thinking
what
about
you
it.
can do is also like those 3 power centers. You can
Yeah.
pack it into the Dantian,
Right.
which is, right there. It's your vitality, your health. You're giving yourself, the permission. That's it. It's a
Yep.
good feeling.
Yeah.
And then you can bring it into the heart center.
Yep.
And with that, that's more, the gateway between, you and the world.
Right.
When people
Yeah.
say, oh, I got, a broken heart or
Yeah.
a fear or an anxiety, whatever like that. So you just put some chi, and it's all good energy.
Yeah.
You pack it into the heart.
Yeah.
And then the upper dantian, and again, it's some yogurt or whatever. Like I say, it's all from the same tree, but they call it like the third eye. And
I've heard about that.
Yeah. So again, that's kind of, the gateway between you and your higher self.
Yes.
Just leave it at that. You can fill in the blank.
Yeah. The
Whatever.
third eye actually goes back to Indian culture.
That's what I think it was.
I'm not
Indeed.
talking Native Americans. I'm talking
Yeah.
Yeah.
real Indians.
Yeah.
Southeast Asian. Yeah.
And that's been around for thousands of years. They've talked about
Yeah.
that third eye.
So I mean, it is hard, and I'm glad he felt it right away. Maybe you guys felt it on
Yeah.
when you're watching this, but that's kind of the whole
If you're watching
idea.
this, you try it at home. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about it. You actually will feel.
Yeah.
But we are energy. I mean, look at when your heart stops. What do? They pump electric shock into it, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, this is what we are. We are energy,
Yeah.
and that's what runs our brains. What reason we eat is to produce energy.
Yeah.
Our
really-
cells are all run on energy.
And people think Tai Chi is not much exercise because we do everything so slowly. But it really is. There's this thing in the book in the Harvard study about MET, and it talks about a metabolic rate kind of thing. So when you're sitting, it's 1. But when you're doing Tai Chi, it can be 4.5 to 5, which is really a pretty good bump in your metabolic rate.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like I say, your muscles are firing all the time.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it gives you a lot of
Yeah.
quality exercise.
So again, I mean, another book. It's the Harvard Medical School, and they talk about Tai Chi and all the benefits. So, one of the instructors or professors over there is also a Tai Chi instructor. So I can imagine they're hanging around the
Yeah.
teachers' lounge, and he's telling them all about it. And they're like, "You can't just. This is Harvard. You can't just."
Yeah.
So they didn't gang up on it, but you got to prove it.
Well, look, it's taken almost 50, probably 40, almost 50 years before we start recognizing these concepts that came from China.
The different, yeah,
Yeah, because back in the 70s is when we were introduced to a lot of it.
yeah,
And it's taken, it's taken a long time for medical science to, our Western science to accept some of it, but now they're starting to do it.
yeah. And again, when you practice it, you're always a student. You're always. I mean, it's 5,000 years old. You're not gonna learn everything about it. So I'm always either taking a workshop or a seminar. Go on YouTube. You can Google all kinds of that. But I was down in Florida a few years ago, and I noticed in the paper there was a Tai Chi class at the Y. So I grabbed my sister. I said, "Let's go." So I'm following along in the class, and went up afterwards and introduced myself. He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Great class." He goes, "I noticed, you could follow along. Do you do?" I said, "Well, I teach a basic class." And I said, "You were really good." I said, "You should write a book." He goes, "I did." So he wrote a book. And very smart man, he put his wife on the cover.
Draw more attention.
Draw more attention too, but
Yes.
yeah. So I had him sign the front. It says, to a new, hopefully long-term student.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to talk about, where it's not as popular as yoga, where you see it everywhere, but
But it's easier than yoga.
it is on the surface. Again, you can go deep. Try hugging the tree for 20 minutes. Let me know how you feel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then some of the balance, again, the 70-30 rule, it's a very safe, heavy foot, light foot, but sometimes you got to go 100% weight on one, so the light foot can either kick or step aside or whatever.
Keep it off the ground.
Yes, yeah. So that we do some leg exercises, and again, that's going to help with the balance.
I was in the Army 50 years ago, and we did PT like that. And, where you stationary in one position,
Yeah,
and it was a way of training you to be able to balance yourself and hold yourself up.
yep. The other one of the exercises we do, we call it Tai Chi walking. Again, silly Americans, we picture a straight line and we're,
Yeah.
straight back, arms tight. They visualize as if there was 2 planks. And again, the arms are out to the side, they're open to the side. And when they step out, they do heel toe. So you feel more like you're grabbing onto the earth.
It almost sounds like a sobriety test.
I'm sure anybody that does Tai Chi could pass us now.
That's what I mean, maybe.
Yeah. It could be, yeah. They should make them take it when they have to go to
Yeah.
classes, yeah.
But no, it's quite interesting. I never realized that. You got some items here you want to show them because we're
Running out of time? All right,
well, we're
and I'll
getting down
promote
to
a
the
few
last,
things.
few
Okay.
minutes of the 15 minutes.
Yeah,
This is
it's,
Japanese.
yes, and it is sharp. So.
This is not Chinese, this is Japanese,
Yeah,
samurai.
yeah, and that is an original, I don't wanna cut the cable on the thing, but yeah. So that's a nice sword, and again, you can use that as part of the form. Cause,
Oh,
and when we
okay.
practice without the sword, but, you know, we do a slice,
Yeah,
and notice how I'm shifting that weight, turning the body. And one of the other, I didn't bring one with me, but do you ever see those, like the 5 stars, where, you know, the
Yes.
weapons, whatever?
yes.
Well, and I had this story confirmed with a couple people. The garments that they wore, you know, were kind of loose, and a lot of times you see their hands are tucked in, and they're walking down the street. If they were getting attacked, it would be either throw out, you know, a star,
Yeah.
or they actually, when they carry their little Pekingese dogs, so he'd be like, shoo, throw the dog at the attacker, the dog would up and down, you can get away, and the dog would just come home. So that's a couple of stories. And then, when practicing this,
Ah,
and again, where you see the women kind of just nice, and they
Yes.
got their little
Yeah.
fan. This is a weapon, and they train.
I can see that.
Well, that could- yeah.
With the metal ends on there.
Well, the authentic ones, these metal ends,
Yeah,
have razor sharp points to them.
right.
So you're getting stabbed 18 times, just like that.
And that is Chinese, because you got the dragon on it.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So those are just some of the things I brought to show you. I'll promote myself a little bit. We have a nice tea shop in town.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Over in the Pythian
I don't-
building.
Yeah, I don't know if they have it, and they could show it on the screen another way, but it's called Herbs Make Sense. It's a nice
Yeah,
tea
and,
shop. Yes.
Everybody's sure seen if they live in town. It's right in the
Right.
Pythian building,
Yeah.
almost across from Unibank. Well,
Across
actually,
from
it's-
their free
yeah.
parking. So
Yes.
pull right in,
Yep.
free parking, cross the street.
And,
And I
I've
offer-
never been there, but
Yeah.
I'm not a tea drinker, but
Yeah.
Jeannie Hebert told me they got fantastic tea and lots of different
Tea,
varieties.
they have coffee now.
Great
Yeah.
coffee.
And the pastry, sandwiches, things
Yeah.
like that. But she does a lot in the community where she'll open up at night and have a class and
Oh.
then offer tea afterwards.
Oh, a
So
Tai
I do-
Chi class?
Yes, I do a Tai Chi and tea night.
Oh,
And we do one about once a month. We took the winters off, but so the next one's coming up June 19th. That's a Wednesday. That's at 6:30. So we do a little workshop, seminar. We get up and teach. So there's limited space, and then we sit around and have tea afterwards. And you can pick the tea that you want.
right.
She'll have a few to pick from, and we sit around and have tea, talk a little bit more.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great food.
yeah, and you'll be at the sidewalk sale.
Well, I'm going to, actually, I'm away that weekend, but I will have a table set up there with some information on it.
Oh,
So-
okay.
And then to promote the 19th. So
Yeah.
that'll be good. But yeah, like I said, the Northbridge Senior Center, that's at 11 o'clock on Tuesdays. And anybody's welcome. It's a
You make
$2
$2 donation to the
to
senior
this
center.
thing, right? And the Monday night class is 6:30 to 7:30, and again, that's open for all ages.
At the senior center.
I use the senior center, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and that's Monday nights,
Monday nights, yeah,
6:30.
6:30, and beginners are welcome. It's again, you're always a student, so you're always learning.
Right.
I've been getting people that used to do karate. They used to do, and it's like, you know, my knee's gone now. I
Yeah.
can't,
Yeah.
you know, I got hit too many times when I was a boxer. What different, but they want to stay in shape. They want to do
Right.
something.
Yeah.
So again, even just, you know, some of the newer students that are coming in that, and he came up to me and he goes, boy, he goes, I was sore last week.
Yeah,
So I
it's a
mean,
real
it
deal.
is a workout.
Yeah.
And again, you can concentrate it more on just the breathing techniques, or you can focus it as, you know, an external exercise. There's also a lot of internal massaging going on.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of the internal organs just when we're pumping the chi through or whatever like that. So it's working the organs, the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons. So everything's getting an internal massage. Or you can, like I say, go the deeper part where it's more your higher self
Right.
with the meditation and
Well, I know if you make the rest of your body, your internal organs feel better,
Mhm.
it affects the way your attitude. It makes you feel better mentally.
yeah. I mean, again, I've noticed such a difference in myself, and other people have said it too. Just like I say, your demeanor. I was over somebody's house and we were having dinner, and he goes, "Oh, you can make the salad." All right. And he goes, and I'm like, "All right, I got the knife." And he's watching me. He goes, "Are you doing Tai Chi?" I'm like, "I don't know." He goes, "No, you just like,
It becomes
you
natural.
just deliberately, you knew where that
Yeah.
lettuce was. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
went over to the knife. So.
Yeah, when
So-
you do it so much, it becomes a natural
Right,
movement.
right. So getting back to even falling, I mean, it's walking on the ice, and I don't know if it was Tai Chi or not, but I was going to go down, and I just
Yeah, and you caught your balance.
caught my balance without it being like it kind of slows things down in time,
Yeah,
but so it allows you to see things clearer. So you're just more aware of what's your circumstances are.
oh,
And
almost
again,
like a Bruce Lee movie.
Well,
it's the martial art
It
application
is a
of it.
martial art. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
bona fide martial art, Tai Chi. It's a real deal.
Yeah,
And I see, like, little things in my life. Like when you're driving your car, you're backing out of a spot at, Hannaford. Instead of going, "Look out, here I come," you actually can move. You're flexible enough to
better.
look
and
around.
you take your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a quick
Yeah.
look, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden there's somebody there.
Or you
Yeah.
drop something on the floor, you don't do that, that grunt,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Effortlessly go down and pick something up. So there's a lot of, in your practical life. And, I think it's also, instead of reacting and then responding, I think when you're more aware, you can respond and take that reaction time out. So like if you're falling or
Right.
you're reacting to somebody or something, it is a real bona fide martial art. You really get that kind of satisfaction out of it.
And when you do it enough, it becomes a natural state.
Yeah.
You do it all the time, even without subconsciously you're doing it.
Yeah. And again, when you learn it slow, it's so you can execute fast.
Right.
And they give it the nice names, like we do.
Yeah.
Grab the bird's tail. And what you're
Yeah.
really doing is taking his arm, twisting him, smashing him, dropping him to the ground.
Yeah,
But when you go slow and give it a nice name,
yeah.
But while you're giving it a name like that, it's probably putting an image in your mind at the same time.
Right.
Exactly.
Makes it even more interesting.
Right.
Exactly.
Like with the energy, we do a visualization where you form it and then you bring it around behind your back
Yeah.
with the palms facing up, and you visualize, they call it standing at the waterfall, and you want to feel that water pound, so the cheese just, and then
Well,
you can,
yeah, your mind, you can do a lot of things with these virtual goggles that you can put on, and you actually feel like you're there. But it's your mind that's doing it to you,
yeah,
and you can actually visualize with your mind that way.
yeah. And one of the things, and I was going, and it was an hour away, but it was worth it. And I did that a couple of years ago. It was a meditation class, and that's all it was. And one of the things I got out of it, real quick, it was like the saying, we all want to go to heaven, but you don't want to die.
Right.
So we're trying to meditate, and you get to the stage where it's like, all right, I want to go to, nirvana, and just, I'm meditating about a field and all. But the physical body's like, no, you better stay in this chair. Nice, solid, keep breathing, don't forget to pump blood, your feet are nice and firm. But I want to. So again, you're battling with that inner voice or whatever. What
Yeah.
is it? Who is that? So you just have to give yourself permission. Go play. I'll stay here and keep the fort, make sure everything's pumping and breathing.
Yeah.
And that was the breakthrough where I could, completely relaxed and think non-thinking type feeling. So again, there's some far out stuff there, but
But that's the thing with meditation is you cleanse your mind, you cleanse the brain, you get things cleared up.
yeah,
And actually, if you've got a problem, it can actually help you solve the problem, 'cause then you think a little clearer.
you do. Because again, now you're tapping the wisdom center
Right.
and just give me that answer.
You
Give me
can
those lottery numbers. Let's go.
Yeah.
You
No,
can lower
we-
your blood pressure too, just by deep breathing and,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
exchange the tidal air in your lungs, so you're more efficient.
Well, I said I'm diabetic. If I check my sugar, if I get upset about something, my sugar will go up.
Yep.
I didn't need anything. That doesn't matter if I
Yeah.
didn't need any high sugar item or anything like that. It's just when you're upset, it raises your sugar level.
Goes up a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If if you're upset, you can feel bad. I mean, if you feel worse, and that's it's all, and then your body doesn't feel good. You don't feel good. You might start coughing even. And it's all because you're upset about something. If you can clear your mind and say, why am I upset about this? I think what we got to teach yourself is, let me worry about what I can do something about, and what I can't do anything about, don't worry about it, because you're not going to do anything about it anyway.
Yeah. Well, you're saying about the different things that are coming out of China that have been for years. I mean, these are the forgotten branches of healing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chinese have some good longevity,
No kidding.
even though they got some of the most polluted here
Yeah. Yeah.
because of the manufacturing they're doing there now in
Yeah.
great numbers,
Yeah.
and their economy is booming like crazy for that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you you look at the old people there, they know how to do it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's again, it goes back, I think, to the Tai Chi and the Qigong.
And
classes.
they also respect the wisdom of their elders, and now I'm one of them. So
Yeah, yeah. Look at all the advice we're giving you, young guys.
yeah.
It's like,
And if you're doing Tai Chi, you're probably doing it with 5 million people somewhere in the world at the same time.
Yeah, I know. They
Yeah.
every morning they do it in China.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm looking for other places that would like to have me come and teach a class. We can get a group together and just meet in the park sometime.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, when the weather gets a little
Yeah.
nicer, I've got my feelers out for a few
Yeah.
places. And
But you're going to be doing something with Jeannie, right? Down at the Blackstone Valley.
yeah,
Chamber.
yeah, we're talking with them about they have some space available
Yeah.
that could be utilized for this. Like I say, the community center. She was telling me there's 7 acres up there, and there's a gazebo.
Oh yeah, they got a beautiful park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could start doing it out there in the summer.
Yeah.
When the weather gets good.
It's very portable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
West Hill
Yeah.
Dam. I've been out there doing it.
This would be something good to do early in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Qigong.
Yep,
Yeah.
there's some other, again, with the class, we try to touch on as many things, and you kind of read what the classes, wants, I guess, that week.
Right.
So we might, do a little bit more of like morning exercises,
Yeah.
or, a lot of stretching, or we might do more on a meditation, or they might want to focus more on the form that we're learning.
Hey, we got to wrap it up.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, I told you the hour flies.
Yep, yep.
I think
Ron,
he's going to be
Rumsey,
a student.
thank-
He's got it. I think he's got it. I think you're going to be a
He's
student of
got
Tai
it.
Chi.
Yep.
I really do.
I'd like to try that out.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
look at that. All right, the time flew by.
Yeah.
What are we
It's a
counting
pleasure.
down to now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I advise people take a ride down to Senior Center
Yeah.
Tuesday mornings at 11.
11. She's look at, it improved his memory already.
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Just from being in here.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
See if we got